Today I watched my favorite tree fall. I held its branches as the insects scattered. I watched the color run from its roots and into the forest bush. I traced the rings of its existence and gently wiped away the sap. The mighty God was not standing tall, 'cause today I watched my favorite tree fall. The night I watched him fall was the night I lost it all. The night I watched him fall was the night I lost it all. I stood on the shore as the water lapped my ankles. I let the tide take me away, out unto the great unknown. Succumb to her freezing embrace. I fell into the thrashing currents, Poseidon doing her best to divide. Because today I watched the great waves subside. The night I watched them fall was the night those we love don't go away. Those we love don't go away. Those we love.
Mercy after overhearing two strangers having a conversation about the weight of the world, the land wars, the religious wars, the picking a left and right, and that there's this huge clash in the middle. It's the classic inner tug of war, right? The little angel on your shoulder or the little devil. Who are you going to choose? And the song kind of explores that messy and beautiful and contradictory nature of being a human. You know, I wrote Mercy to encourage people to pause and look inward and really consider with conviction, what words are you going to use next? What's the angle that you're about to take? Why are you attaching yourself so heavily? You know, it's a real inwardly processing intention song. There's a lyric in it that says, "Give me my redemption." And that's not about asking a higher power for forgiveness. It's more about the raw human feeling of frustration, that desperate plea for a second chance, or for clarity after the storm, or a moment of peace after all the chaos that we're just constantly slammed with. And the song reads as really religious on the surface, and it's not. The spiritual vibe was always meant to be more soulful. What's happening inside you, like, how are you processing everything that's kind of happening around you? That's Mercy.
Set my spirit free. Struggle be arduous, victory draws near. For the divine spirits behind me, we want boys, we're casting out the fear. Worthies of temptation, I serve as a tread. I won't be misled. So give me my redemption. Give me my redemption, Lord. Give me my redemption. Set my spirit free. I say, give me my redemption. Give me my redemption, Lord. Set my spirit free. The devil took me by the hand, said, "Come with me, child, to my land." Na 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 na.
When I wrote Lost at Sea, I'd just gone through a pretty profound breakup. I moved cities for this person. Our whole lives were intertwined. We shared friends. So when we split, I was alone, isolated, and completely untethered in New Zealand's biggest city. I was faced with the decision, do I pack it in and move back to my hometown, or do I stick it out and find my feet? The song is like a really honest representation of that feeling of being lost and having to make a big decision. With the song, I hope to offer a little rowboat, something sturdy enough to carry you through the waves of grief, that you can attach whatever is going on in your life to, a place that you can process. We wanted to meet you in that thick, heavy feeling of sadness, you know? There's a lyric in it, anchors up because we're all lost at sea. And that line captures the heart of what we're trying to say. It's the essence of the human experience, isn't it? It's feeling unmoored, motionless, stuck. And this is just a place for you to come and process that. And we hope that you enjoy it.
I've never been as stuck as I am now. I'm like the wise old oak with my roots buried deep in the ground. Yeah, I'll sway from left to right. I ain't going anywhere in good time. So let my wings wrap around you, give you all of the comfort
Vulture Vulture was never meant to have lyrics. I wrote it with the intention of it being a pure instrumental. But I just finished playing the absolute masterpiece of a video game that is Red Dead Redemption 2. I was so moved by the change in Dutch van der Linde's character and his descent into villainy that he would so quickly turn his back on his own people in the name of greed. It stuck with me. I think it's a perfect metaphor as well for what's going on in our real world. It's that feeling of being squeezed while someone else profits, right? The song is drawn from a fictional world, but it's rooted in our reality. And when I wrote it, I hoped that it would provide listeners with a sense of camaraderie, because we're all being squeezed unless we've cracked it. And not many of us have cracked it. So we're all under the pump. We're all in it together. You know? There's a lyric that's the core of the song, I think. And it's, "The man was swine, but he paid no mind." And it's just alluding to the fact that greed often takes precedence over integrity.
Whose heart was black as coal,
Kia ora, hello. I'm here at Rhythm Ace Studios in Okura, New Zealand, and I'm here with Sam Johnson, who we record with and love dearly. We've got a new track coming out, so we thought we'd give you guys a little bit of a teaser and a little rig rundown on Logic, if you will, talking about the studio processes, gear, and stuff like that. I've prepared some questions.
Hit me.
Cool. How would you describe the sonic character of this track, Sam?
As a bit of a two-parter, two parts of the same kind of beast, really. A big tune. Your demo that was fully formed and sounded pretty amazing anyway had this concept of a big traditional-ish, is it fair to say, kind of band weight, and then a lovely breaky middle section which was much more soulful, a bit more gospel-y, but still big in its own way. So we were dealing with a track that wanted to be larger than life and kind of come and grab you, but then tail off into something a bit more intimate that still had some size. It's a big tune, is how I describe it.
It's nice. Were there any moments where you perhaps chose vibe and feel over perfection in our playing?
Yes, I like to choose vibe and feel over perfection wherever possible. There's always we usually have a bit of back and forth, don't we, about this? And I like that because there's no right or wrong to it. But there was a really good section here that we wanted to show you. Courtney came up with this amazing chord progression for the break, for this sort of gospel-y stabs thing. We're lucky enough at the studio here to have a 1962 Hammond, which we thrash on these kata sessions because it suits the vibe. And in Courtney's demo, she worked out this incredible chord progression. But like every good creative person, her mind is 5 years ahead of her arms and ability. And I should point out, if that's not the case, you're not doing it properly. You should be thinking ahead. But we had to find a way to make that work on the Hammond, and really the only way to do it was one note at a time. Let's play the chords as you hear them, you the listener. So there's loads of things about that aren't perfect, not just the kind of execution of it, and we deliberately made it a bit crunchier. It sounds very crunchy, actually, that. For those of you that care, I use this all the time for that sort of thing. Soundtoys Decapitate. It just adds a bit of harmonic distortion. Actually, in that case, it adds a bit of distortion. But that's important to get those parts to cut through at that moment. But the point is, poor old Courts had to go in and record those chords one note at a time by taking the top note and working down.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that's right. Let's find out. We haven't actually listened to this yet. There she is, bless her. Hold one finger, Wendy.
That's what my wife calls me.
Stop. Let's try to. Don't no. No, everything I want to say now is ruined. There's 3 fingers. All right.
Nearly there.
And you get the idea, listeners. So that is a good example. I don't know if that's sort of vibe over perfection, but I suppose in an ideal world, one of us would
be able to play
or
it.
me or someone.
Yeah, exactly.
But Matty Sargon wasn't available, so we did our best.
Yes.
But the point is there at that point. Let me just mute this because we want to play this in a sec. But when you hear that in context.
It's like in the pocket with it though, right?
Sounds pretty perfect to me. There you go.
Yeah.
So, bit time consuming, but good fun. We chuckled a lot when we did it.
It was good fun.
And that's sort of a point, actually. Like, this is why it's nice to break down tracks, because you'll hopefully hear that and it'll be a nice moment. I do think you record some of that fun somehow.
Yes.
When you're in record. I don't know. I've made some records with some people who haven't enjoyed doing it. And
You can hear it.
Yeah, they're not the best records.
100% you can hear it. Sam has this way of just his studio. I describe it as like a warm hug when you walk into it. I know I'm going to play well. I know I'm going to probably get annoyed at my processes and whatever, but I know I'm going to have a good time and work well because he sets it up. That's what happens when you come here.
That's important, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's many things in life that get on your tits, but making music shouldn't be one of them.
No. Ready for the next one?
Yeah, go.
Do you have any sneaky creative effects that we might not notice at first listen?
Yeah, I mean, I think making a record is a bit of a deceit. You know, we're always trying to we're trying to make something that feels hyper real, I suppose. In a way, it's a bit like TV versus theatre. We have you as a listener will hopefully hear this track 100 times, and it's our job in the studio to make sure that you're engaged all the way through each of those listens. Whereas when you go and see them live, you're going to love it because it's in the moment and it's loud, and it's also importantly it's gone in the moment. So there's lots of technical tricks. There's something that I do a lot on bass. Here's Keith's really cool bass line. Let's find a bit where he's cranking. That's quite farty sounding, isn't it? But you need that to cut through. There's so much other stuff happening in this track that if I just played you that bass completely clean, or as Keith recorded it, that's what we got coming off the guitar.
Yeah.
And then you kind of are obliged to give it a bit of teeth. I call it a bit of teeth. So again, it's distortion, compression, EQ. There's a separate channel here which really is weird on its own. That guy, I've chat that up so you can hear it. And that's just taking all the low end out of the signal. This is running alongside Keith's full signal, adding loads of kind of parallel compression and the good old CLA effects unit, which has got some widener on it and a lot of drive. And that little channel on its own, running alongside Keith's main bass channel, really helps the bass pop out, especially on small speakers that don't have much low end. So those sort of things, if you're fighting a wall of guitar and all of Chad's heavy drums, to get Keith to kind of be there, to be present, some of those tricks are needed.
And some of the stuff that Keith does in the song is like so integral to the actual steering of it, right? Like, because I pretty much just stay on the C most of the song. Keith is the one that's changing the chords and stuff under us, so it's like cool to have that.
That's a good
kind
point.
Of stuff punching through and
it's a good
the
point.
actual vibe, right?
Yeah, he carries a lot of the sort of the harmonic information, or some of you will be musicians and you will know that you can keep a chord the same and move a bass line around a pedalled chord, and it will change how you hear that chord or how you feel that chord. So bass is always important, and it's a shame the era that we're in at the moment. A lot of people aren't listening to music through playback devices that have much low end phones and shitty headphones. So you're having to put the bass in the mix in a place that it never used to be. Really, I'm putting much more sort of mid-range, top-end information into bass channels than I've ever done before.
That's wild.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Get some proper speakers.
What were some of the hardest elements for you to capture?
Not necessarily on this song, but in general, drums are always a big challenge because we are so used to amazing sounding drum recordings over the years, and there's so many different ways of cutting that cloth. Having a look at the channels that we got up here, you'll see it's not a huge amount. What's weird? Let's have a look. There's a few strange things on here. Actually, the weirder things we didn't end up using, and I'll often do this. I'll often record a bit more than I need, because when the drums go down with the bass and the guide guitar, sometimes you're not quite sure how the finished track's going to be in terms of size and presentation, so you probably cover your bases a bit.
Totally better to have more, right?
Yeah, maybe, eh? So there's two mics on the kick, one inside and an old reversed speaker on the outside, which is a common trick just to get some low end, some sub. Snare top, I very rarely put a mic under the snare anymore. I find I just don't really like it. There's plenty off the top you can get. A little bit of hi-hat, again, not usually much in the blend. This smash mic, I'll often put one of these up, which is just usually a relatively crappy dynamic mic, sort of pointed at the heart of the drum kit and absolutely crushed with compression, which sounds awful on its own. Just like a trashy...
But that gives impact, right?
It does. I mean, we chose not to use it. I can't really remember why in the mix I didn't have it. Probably because there's so much other stuff with that mid-range aggression that that mic was just adding in not a great way. I often put a funky bit of outboard down with the drums. I think I was obsessed at the time we recorded this, with a lovely spring reverb that I've got from the brilliant Greg at Ecodec.
Yeah.
Like that is just ploppy and awful. I've got that gated, I think, yes. Not quite sure why I thought that was ever going to be a good idea, but it never made the cut. I have used that a lot recently on drums, but it wasn't the right track. I tell you why you know that's not right, is because it's all splashy and watery, and this track is all about punch and dynamics. So the drums are always a challenge, not particularly with this, but they tend to be the thing that you have to get right.
There's so many elements as well, right? And it's so human. It's such a human instrument. The dynamics can vary wildly with drumming that
Yeah,
someone's
man.
playing, you know?
Yeah,
Like guitar,
completely.
It can kind of only go as loud as it goes.
That's so right. I mean, even for those of you that aren't sort of down with the recording process, but just from a visual point of view, this is the microphone that was pointing at Chad's snare, and you can see the
Everything
dynamic
else.
variation in this as the track grows and these areas where he's not there or he's on side stick. So it's a huge instrument, and it covers the whole frequency range from the lowest sounds that we can hear in the sub to the pretty much at the top end with the splashy parts of the cymbals.
Totally.
Yep, but we got them down.
Out of all of the mics, amps, and gear that we used, which was the MVP of the session
Don't
for
say
you?
Yes, that's a good question. Apart from the Hammond, which got a lot of use on this, probably the Big Trees. There's a company called Audio Kitchen in London who make amazing, not loads of stuff, but really good, mostly valve-based guitar amplifiers. And there's a product that they make called the Big Trees, which is just a little 1-watt head, and we use it on everything, I reckon. And we just got a lovely. I remember when we dialed this in. This was the simplest guitar sound. You
I
were
got
playing.
so excited.
What were you playing? Well, I can't even remember what guitar it was. Was it the Gordon Smith?
I think it was.
Yeah.
No,
With
it was a telly.
Oh, okay, yes.
Telly.
So telly into the Big Trees into a speaker cabinet with a BK5 miking it up. So not the usual SM7 or 421, but an old RCA ribbon, which I love on guitars. And that's about it. We got this.
That classic rock sound.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I love that sound. And that's just got a little bit of EQ and compression, 3
Yeah,
to
all
1.
the hard lifting was done in the hardware area.
Yeah, always. If we can capture the right sound at source, that's good. Oh, here's a little cheeky trick, if any of you care. That guitar's panned leftish, 10 o'clock, and there's another. I've sent over to another channel and panned that hard right with a little bit of sort of tapey pretend tape delay on it, just to give the guitar a bit of width. But yeah, the Big Trees help that guitar sound out. No, love that.
I always get excited when you pull that out.
Yeah.
What part of the mix did you have the most fun working on?
Definitely the transition, the lovely moment where you launch. It's around here, isn't it? Where you launch.
That bass effect still tuned right up.
Yes. You right? You happy now, Keith? That's where Keith would actually like his bass.
Yeah, it is. Every mix reviewer is like, oh, I can't quite hear the bass.
That was the Keith mix once again with normal levels restored. This section's so nice. It was so much fun to work in the mix. This. That's where you start to pick up much more harmonic interest. So the Hammond pokes its head up for the first time. Courtney plays these lovely.
You played this part.
Did I play this part?
Yeah, I just did the hectic stuff.
Ah, okay.
You had all the pretty stuff.
That wasn't even intentional. Here we are. Here I am, bigging myself up.
I was on the vibrato of it.
Oh, yes. So the Hammond goes into a speaker that spins called a Leslie, and it's got 2 speeds, fast and slow. It's on slow at the moment. You can hear that going round. And then poor Courtney's in the live room with the switch because I can't play and operate at the same time because I don't have those skills. Here it speeds up. So exciting to listen to that. This is not about me. It's just
It's
this
such
whole
beautiful
section
playing
I'm
though
talking
as well,
about.
though, you know?
Yeah, thanks. But that sort of moment in the mix where everything relaxes and a new energy comes in, that was cool to work on.
Just get a little breather, eh? It's
Yeah,
like
man.
you feel like you kind of expect the song to keep going up, but we flipped the switch and brought it right down.
Yeah, only for a bit. It does
Yeah.
go back up again, but it's like a little buffer between those 2 sections. I love it. Yeah, I had great fun. Get that from that moment through to the hectic Hammond stuff. Sort of started there and then worked either side of that in the mix. Yeah, it was good.
It was kind of like the central point where we worked the whole mix around, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the most. If we were all quite excited, weren't we, about that middle bit because it's quite a new thing to do. So I think it naturally we kind of gravitated towards it a bit.
Was there a moment in the session that you thought, this is why I love working with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a few of those. The ideas and the fun are definitely high on that list, but we nearly always do something cool with vocals. That's become quite a signature part of the sound.
I think I'm like a choir geek that never did choir.
Yeah, I think we all are. I think that's actually quite a deep point. I think we all love singing together communally, and we don't do it for whatever reason. Well, because a lot of people don't go to church anymore, and it's not really done in schools. So apart from going to the football in the UK, there's not really, especially for blokes, there's not many places where blokes sing together. It's shocking. And singing ensemble, singing together is a joy.
Yeah.
And multi-tracking, however you do it, multiple voices on top of each other is a rad thing.
Absolutely.
And we do abuse that, don't we? Quite hard.
Oh, yeah.
But here's a nice example of some stacks. Well, oh, now I give Chad the correct amount of shit, I think, but he came up with some great. You heard all that baritone low stuff in there.
Wicked, eh?
That is wicked. Those counters that he sings in there are really cool.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a little treat that it's not that it gets buried in the mix, but they're subtle enough. These are the sort of things I suppose I was meaning earlier, that on the 100th listen you hopefully pick up Chad doing his best Enya.
Yeah.
So good.
So nice. Eh?
Ah,
I feel like every time I write a song and I'm like, cool, there's a huge choir section, everyone in the band just looks at me like furious.
yeah, I wouldn't want to have to do it live. But that's a great moment there, I think, in the track. And no, I always love doing that stuff with you.
Cool. Was there a particular instrument or vocal that set the tone for how you built the mix?
I think probably knowing that those stacks were coming and trying. I mean, this whole mix was a bit of a headache in terms of trying to fit 1,000 things into the mix, and nothing. Every time you brought something down to let something else shine, you were like, oh no, I really missed that. There's this amazing moment where you somehow pulled this solo out of your backside.
The Hammond.
The Hammond solo, and it just takes off.
I just panicked. I remember sitting at the Hammond in that room, and you were like, just some kind of solo run. I'm like, what key are we in? Like, so what's happening?
Well,
and this was all panic.
Yeah, all panic sometimes. Great. So good. Handful of chords at the end. But that, if you hear that now in context, is such a moment in the track. Yeah. So that was good fun.
Nice.
Love that.
It was fun. When after it happened, I was just like, oh yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, mate. And that's all you're looking for, isn't it? People obsess, and it's good to know your scales, and it's good to practice lots, but don't spend too long on YouTube fiddling. Remember to play, and remember to put something down that you are excited about.
Again, it comes back to vibe and not like acrobatics, just because you can, right?
What are there, 5 notes in that?
Yeah.
And it's a wicked solo. The shape of it's right. I think it's always about that. It's like the shape and the intention of it is exciting.
Absolutely.
And that's all you care. That's all we're trying to do, isn't it? Make something that feels exciting.
That's it, man. I got probably 2 more for you.
Hit me.
What's your favourite part of the song?
Probably the transitions, which are always my favourite part of most songs. How do you solve the conundrum of getting from one thing to another, or bringing in a new sound? And I think we did that really well, if I do say so ourselves, on this particular track, because it's not linear. It's not first chorus, solo chorus.
No, definitely. There's not even a second verse.
No, the arrangement's kind of odd, actually, and I think it's the combined weaving from section to section that I'm most proud of.
Yeah, as I started writing it, I was like, I don't want to go back to the thing that we already did, it feels like it's going somewhere else. And
Yeah.
it wasn't until like the last chorus that we got down when we started working on those BVs in that last chorus.
That's
And
it.
I think those are my favourite parts, like the extra sax.
Yeah,
that I
let's
did
all
at
listen
the
to
end.
those. Yeah, those lovely duo stacks. Oh yes, of course. Yeah, because then that's the first time you hear the harmony change, isn't it?
Mm.
From well, it's not really minor, from sort of bluesy to overtly major, isn't it? At
Yeah,
that point.
Just
And
completely changed the vibe. Like
Yeah.
all the chords and everything changed.
Yes.
Because of that.
let's listen. Just to them in solo.
This is curtains, I am certain you're the one.
That's cool.
It's fun, right?
Keep those in your head while I'm talking to the listeners here. I'll play the whole track when those come in.
This is curtains, I am certain you're the one.
Yeah,
It
really
just
good.
like moves under it, right?
Yes, it does. They're very cool, and that's the only time you hear them, so you're made to wait for them, which I like. Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
sounds good.
Are you ready for the last question?
Yeah,
I
go
reckon
on.
it's the hardest.
Go ahead.
Why haven't you banned Keith, our bassist, from the studio yet? Probably the most important question too.
It is a question I get asked a lot. I mean, how can you ban Keith?
How can you
It's
not?
just a delight. Also, I feel slightly guilty because he has spent about 50 grand on effects pedals trying to recreate some of the shit that we've put him through in the studio. So to ban him on top of that would be. I mean, we'd get a lot more done, but would it be as fun?
No,
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, if AI can sort us out with a Chad and a Keith,
Yeah, oh, I'll take it any day.
I think we'd take it. But I don't know whether we'd be happier because of that.
No,
We'd have a lot more records made.
they would 100% replace me for AI as well.
Oh shit, yeah, and same with me. I mean,
I don't think so.
I think so.
that's the draw limit.
I don't know. But no, for now, I mean, it depends when you listen to this. He may well have been banned. It's possible. It's already happened. He does wear too much cologne. So every time I go in for a hug, which I like to do, I end up reeking like some lower league professional footballer.
And then Chad drops his food all over your
And
studio.
he does. Actually, that's a fucking good point. The pair of them. That's a very good point, of course.
So what I'm hearing is I'm a delight.
You're great, obviously. When I do the podcast with Chad, we'll do a different.
Yeah.
The only thing with Chad is he hits the drums so hard, it is a bit like a beaver has been in the studio afterwards.
just
There's
wood chips
there's a
everywhere.
mound of wood chips and sweat.
That's the loot he drops when he dies. Just wood chips and sweat. This is what it's like when we're here recording. We spend like 90% of the day talking absolute bollocks.
Oh, it's true.
It's a wonder we get anything done, hey?
To me, after wonder.
Oh, well, thank you for doing this, man.
Pleasure,
I hope
love.
you guys have enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to break down the track because I think the work that you put into it is pretty extraordinary. And no one really knows. And it's fair enough. Why should they know? Who cares? But if you can, I mean, in an era where music is just getting tossed off, I think it's because people don't realise perhaps the value in it and the heart and the time that people put into it.
Yeah.
So anything that we can do, I mean, we're preaching to the converted. Anyone who's watching or listening to this is doing the right thing, supporting an artist, make the music they want to make. So good on you if you are
Totally.
watching or listening to this
We're
because it's
so grateful,
important.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
going down, and heaven sent. Unless it's curtains, I am singing you're the I'm gonna cross the river Jordan to relieve my worried mind. When I get there, I'm gonna sing that I'm with my own kind. I'm gonna cross the river Jordan to relieve my worried mind. When I get there, I'm gonna sing that I'm with my own kind. So I'm going down, down in heaven sent. Unless it's curtains, I am singing you're the one. Going down, down in heaven sent. Unless it's curtains, I am singing you're the one. G'day. How's everyone going?
Afternoon.
Thanks for checking in. Does anyone have any questions? We've got the chats up and ready to go. To my right, your left, I've got Riley Smith, who's on guitar.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm Courtney, lead vocals, rhythm guitar. Mr. Keith Parker on the bass and backing vocals. And Mr. Chad Williams on drums and backing vocals. And Liana couldn't be here because she's died by snakes.
She did die
Yeah.
by a snake.
Yeah.
I heard it was giraffes.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in. If you guys have any questions or if you just want to chat some yarns, we're here for the next little bit. And we're ready. Also, just want to thank Sam from Rhythm Ace for doing that studio breakdown.
So wicked.
Case wife Bex for looking after Chad's son. What was the inspiration for the song? Thanks, Phoebe. You're such a dog. That's my wife. So, is the drummer single?
Well, let's just answer the first one question at a time. I think.
Okay.
You answer. the
Yeah.
inspiration.
Okay, so the inspiration for Hellbent Heaven Sent was I was in a pivotal moment where I had to choose either between staying with the person that I'd been on and off seeing, which wasn't going very well, or if I gave this other person, who is now my wife, Phoebe, a chance, and I regret that decision every day. Is the drummer single?
Usually, yeah. It just kind of depends. It really just depends on the kind of day and sort of how the sort of chat comes about. You know, if you can woo me, I'll do anything for $20.
He will.
We've got the Monsweiler, yeah, the boys. What beer is Keith drinking?
This is a beer that I've brewed in my Williams Warn. It's a passion fruit version of a Hoegaarden.
It smells really good.
That's me.
Yeah, what's a Hoegaarden? Where do I find one of those? We got Brendan Lilly. That's my Uncle Keith.
Hey, Brandon.
You're in Canada, eh, bro? Then we wait like 20 years for the video to catch up to us talking.
There's no lag.
Yeah. Is the only person who writes the music you caught? No. So at this point, what's been happening is I've been creating the songs in my bedroom, and then I'll do like a real dummy recording on Logic with like Easy Drummer and MFX guitar rig and stuff like that, and I'll pitch it to everyone, and if it's a yeah, then we bring the song to everyone and they come up with their own parts for it for the most part. Sometimes it stays how I wrote it, sometimes it changes completely. That's kind of how it's been working at the moment. We're starting to do a bit more of a collaborative approach now that we've got more time to actually get together and nut some stuff out. But like Chad's written a couple songs, he's got some really good ideas as well. Do you have any input?
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously the stuff that I bring to the band is sort of like next level, sort of. It's like sort of next tier, almost. And really, I've been holding myself back just to allow others like Court to sort of have the opportunity to have your
Just give
voice
her a
heard.
chance to
Yeah.
shine.
But now that we're at a point where we're starting to get a few more followers and record a few more songs, now is the time to sort of actually bring like the real music, I suppose, like the the good stuff. So, but no, it is fun actually. In all seriousness, Courtney puts a lot of effort in and does majority of the writing, and I think where we add value is bringing in our little twists and flares and tweaks. But fundamentally, there's not really a wholesale change to what Courtney brings to the table. Yeah.
When do I get a care package that's been promised from Uncle Keith? That sounds like a you question, man.
Oh, you're breaking up. I can't hear you. New phone. Who it is? At the moment, as you might know if you're on our community, we have a bunch of new merch that's in the process of being sent to us and or made. So watch this space, or alternatively our website, because this space will be finished after we've stopped recording.
Yeah, and saying that as well, there's a link, Keith chuck it in the chat again, and it's pinned in Instagram. We've just got a backstage pass, basically, like for content like this, behind the scenes stuff, when we go on tour, when we're in the studio, all of that stuff you can see there. You don't have to pay for a subscription, you can just follow us. If you do pay, then there's different things that you get for that. It could be some merch, could be some different things. We're also offering different packages like custom, I just saw your question. Custom songs and stuff like that you can buy, or retreats and stuff like that. But if you just want to follow along just to see the behind the scenes stuff, we're more than happy to have you. Mons Whaler again has asked, is that 50 Shades of Grey on the bookshelf?
I'm going to say no. That was supposed to make us look more cleverer.
That 50 Shades of Grey is under Keith's pillow, man. What's the dynamic of the band like? Who is the clown and who's the serious one?
Yes.
Yeah. I think we're in like a rare position where there is no serious one.
Have our moments between being serious and a clown, and it's never at the right time.
Never, like when we're required to be very serious. Everyone's an idiot. Yeah.
And then there's a lot of give and take, and taking turns of clowning and
Absolutely.
seriousness.
That's right. 100%.
That was a very serious answer, Riley.
It
Well
was.
done.
Riley's a serious one. Who are your guys' favourite bands?
Oh, Tool.
Yeah.
Tool is definitely up there.
Yeah. Old idols, not new idols. So it's a tricky answer. I'm going to just go idols.
It's hard to say, right? At the moment, I really love Ginger and Tesseract, and who's the guys that I really like that I'm really obsessed with at the moment?
Carnival.
Carnival. Us. Carnival's new song. Yeah, 12-Foot Ninja. Oh, I can't narrow it down. Old Pino Palladino and 80s stuff. No, amazing.
You can always trust the old guy to talk too much, eh?
Oh, by the way,
What I'll say to you.
Yeah, what I would say to that, Keith.
look here.
Yeah. For me, it actually changes and it morphs, and it depends on what mood I'm in and what sort of stage in life I'm at and all sorts of things. But my core is your Metallicas and your Tools and your idols, old idols. But also like Hendrix and that old stuff, like Mitch Mitchell on drums is a massive inspiration for me. Danny Carey's a massive instrument, and John Beavis as well.
Yeah,
Absolute
weapon.
amazing drummers, and really inspired my playing today.
Yeah, nice.
I'm just gonna hold on to it. You want it back, but I feel so comfortable
can
with this
tell-
mic. So
You can tell them where they can see us live next.
yeah, look, great question, Courtney. And what I'd say to that is that we do have some gigs coming up, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, certainly there's some this year.
Yes.
No, so I believe our next gig will be, and I want to know if you know. So you tell me, and I'll tell you if you're correct or not.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We've got a succession of stuff coming up on the 18th, Saturday the 18th of October.
Yeah, no, that sounds about
Yeah,
right.
we've got the Taranaki Big Blues Banger out at Butler's Reef. It's a flagship blues gig for Taranaki, which is really exciting. Then after that, we have got another home gig on the 7th of November with Headlock Grave from Auckland on their Monolithium tour. And then the next night, we're up in Auckland playing with them again at Big Fan. And then we've got a sneaky one, which we're not allowed to talk about. And I'm not going to say the date either because it'll give it away. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And then there's something else that I've missed. There is another one.
Tool's the weekend after that confidential gig.
Yeah. And then there is another one. But we're quite busy coming up in the next little wee while. So
Dougfest.
let's go. Dougfest on the
Dougfest in Hamilton.
25th of October. Yeah, playing on Saturday night there, which is going to be huge.
Busier than cats bearing shit in concrete, you could say.
That's right. Idols is my favourite band ever. I noticed you guys were wearing Idol shirts. Yeah, man. Me and Chad did not talk about what we were wearing that day, but that's all right.
We both got the internal memo.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say, like, Idols would be our top band, right? We've seen them twice together. You
Us
and I.
too, yeah, totally, yeah.
Sorry, the key
Three
people.
times.
The main
Three
people of the
times?
band.
Yes.
The
Three?
main people of the band. No, twice.
Twice, yeah.
Both in Auckland, and both. You know, the first time was us, and then the second time was we brought our partners along,
Yeah,
our
that was cool.
wives, and it was so cool. The energy and
You share wives?
the energy at an Idols gig is live, and you see all this like chaos and running at each other and moshing and jumping and swaying and all that sort of carry on. But then what you realise when you're in there and experiencing it, love and respect, and like everyone's actually there to have a good time and jump around and all that sort of stuff. But if someone falls down, everyone's picking them up. It's not aggressive or anger. It's just an amazing energy that comes from them. I would say that they are the band for me that has the best live energy that I want to emulate when I play live gigs. Yeah.
That's it, and I feel like a lot of it is like being a musician. A lot of it is emulation, right? Like you're picking and choosing which parts of things that people have already, like whether it's tone or it's play style or it's just energy. Like that is probably the most important thing for us live, right? Like we'll sacrifice being pitch perfect to put on a good show. Riley is always pitch perfect and it's frustrating. Yeah, man, you slap.
You've not sung a single wrong note.
Correct. And I've been watching.
What's everyone's together? You start.
My experiences. My first gig was actually age of 12 at Peggy Gordon's, filling in for the Blistered Fingers, local Taranaki band.
Yeah.
And then not a whole lot until I finished school and joined an originals band playing bass. And then, yes. And then a few covers bands here and there. And then started guitar teching for Courtney, and here I am now playing with them.
That's
Yeah.
it.
So that's good 10 years, I think.
It's good.
the same.
You've done a good dent in it for being so young, which is really cool.
Yeah.
You were gig ready anyway, which was awesome. For me, I started playing in bands when I was 13, doing just Smoke Free Rock Quest and stuff like that. Then we got on the gig routine at the pubs when I was like 14, 15, and I had to leave the second after I finished playing because I was underage. They gave you your money and out the door you went. Yeah, I've been in a bunch of originals bands since. Me and Chad had a two-piece called The Egos. It was basically a glorified White Stripes covers band. Because what else could you do before Royal Blood as a two-piece? And yeah, been playing basically since I was 13, and I'm 37 now. And That's me.
37.
Yeah, disgusting.
Are you the oldest in the band?
I think he is.
Passing over now to the oldest in the band.
I'm 38. I thought he was 37 and a half. I started playing at about the age of 16 with a school band up in Okaiho.
Was that before the war?
It was back and forth. That was before the Crusades, yes. And that's, well, welcome to my life. Yeah. Been playing a lot since then. Yeah, covers bands in Whangarei and Kaikohe, Hamilton for a long time, which you could play 6-7 days a week then, back in the early 1400s, and then I caught a sailing ship over to Dubai with a couple of mates.
Was it on the Spice Track?
It was on the Spice. It was. Played in Abu Dhabi and Dubai for a while, and then came back to New Zealand and moved back to New Plymouth eventually. I've been here for 7 years and played covers here for a while, and this is my first actual originals band that I've played in and not filled in for. And filled in for a lot of covers bands over the years as well. I'm going to shut up and carry on now.
I've been in New Plymouth for 7 years for about 4 years.
Yes. I'm good with numbers.
For me, started at high school in a band called Tank Stanley and the Acid Collectives, or Collective, actually, there was just one collective. And
Collected.
from there it was a Blur, I suppose.
You played in Blur.
I did, yeah. Song 2 again with the creating amazing tracks was my idea, and they've run with it. And they've done well, haven't they?
Was that the second one that you did?
The second song too.
Yeah.
Song 1 flop.
Four squared. As Courtney said, actually my main band for a long time was the Egos, and that was just Courtney and I, and so we've been friends for probably 30-40 years now, and so it was just the two of us. We did live in different locations. Auckland is a good 3-day hike from New Plymouth, but we'd travel to each other's places and play gigs together, and then we went on a bit of a break. I think we needed some time apart, just to find ourselves, and then we found sorry, what was your name?
Don't ask me.
We found Kevin and Roll Stone Cowboy, and look at us go, look at us fly. While I've got the mic, I'll start with another question that I've seen pop up, and then we'll hand it back. But it was your favorite piece of gear that you own, and I would just like to clarify on behalf of the person asking the question, musical instrument. Or something to play at a gig. So that's the question that we're answering. No other gear at this time, please. Yes, we'll get to that, I reckon. So for me, and it's a recent purchase, is my my Roland SPD SX Pro. Why? Because I can customize the light colors.
That's something I can get on board with.
Apparently you can hit some like pads and it will play samples. I haven't got that far yet, but when you turn it on, there are some really beautiful lights that come through, and it just really sets the tone of the gig. What about you, Kev?
Thank you, Cynthia.
Is it your bass?
It's probably or one of the many effects pedals that Sam Johnson has made me purchase. I'm going to say it's my bass, which is a Warwick thumb bass that I had custom made in Germany with lots of different cool wood and shiny lights, which gives you a very good all-round tone, but goes for that bridge pickup sort of mid-veiny early 2000s tone, and the shiny lights, as Chad says, sets off my whole outfit.
Sounds like MIDI.
Sounds like MIDI.
For me, I'm such a gear rotator. I'll get a guitar, so I'll sell it because it's not quite what I wanted. I've had expensive Fenders, I've had Gretches, I've had all sorts, but I think for me, I saw this guitar hanging up at Cash Converters, and I was like, it's an ESP, it's going to be crap. And I lifted it up, and it was solid wood. And I was like, oh, hold on, maybe the tone's going to be incredible. And since then, that's been my guitar. Like, it's heavy as, it's horrific to play with, but it sounds so good. And Joel from LAB came up to me after a gig and was like, guitar tone. I was like, I don't have to change pickups. I don't have to change anything if Joel has just told me that guitar tone's good. So it's that, or it's my Digitech drop tune. It's an amazing pedal that can drop what you're doing down to a whole octave just by pushing a button, which is incredible.
That'll be evidence more and stuff going forward, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, what about you, Ralstone?
For me, I think my Fender DeVille. It's such a robust. I've thrown it downstairs before, and it just works every fucking time.
Yeah.
And it's so heavy and so awkward to carry.
Yeah.
And it's loud enough for anything. And
Yes, the tone is shit hot too as well.
that or my 95 Strat, which doesn't come out as much as I'd like it to.
Yeah.
Should probably return it. I stole it off my dad about 5 years ago.
I love that.
But great guitar.
Yeah. We've got Olga. Olga has asked, are you guys going to play any shows outside of New Zealand? That is 100% in our 5-year plan, 3 to 5 year plan. We've actually just applied for a bunch of festivals overseas as well, in the hopes that we may land one. But our goal is to get to the States in the very near future and try and do an east to west coast tour of the southern states.
If it's still there.
If it's still there. Yeah. But yeah, we're definitely open to hitting Europe as well. We've got a lot of listeners in Mexico as well. It'd be real cool to get down there.
Cabo San Lucas rules.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's definitely plans for sure. It's just trying to get them into fruition, I think, at the moment. When we're self-funding everything, like recording. Afternoon Legends, when's the next beer collab happening? Ooh, yeah. So, do you want to talk about that or?
Yeah, I've been in discussions with Emma at Shining Peak, and she is very keen to do one. It may or may not be an Imperial Pilsner, and we may need to do logistics on getting it to release with another song, but I just need to talk to Jesse, who I love very much. Please, Jesse, can we do another one?
Yeah,
and we'll see how we go. We do have a beer that is now over a year old, not that it's on sale anymore, but it was fantastic and it went really well, so we'd love to do another collaboration, but thanks very much, Mr. Bevan.
Yeah, Kelly, this is great. I've learnt so much about my friends. Oh, we love you, sis. We love you. There's Walker's wife. Question for Courtney. How do you treat and keep your vocals sound so true? Honestly, I should be doing a lot more warm-ups and stuff before gigs and recording and stuff. It's something that I'm trying to kind of implement and put into place. I never did any warm-ups or lessons or anything like that. I just kind of raw-dogged it. But I found that the fatigue was getting really hard. Like after a gig the next day I'd be hoarse, I'd be sore. So I've started actually warming up properly before gigs or recording. I also use nasal strips that people use for snoring before I go on stage so that I can uptake my oxygen intake. I've found that it's made a difference. Even if I take it off when I'm playing, it's made a difference, just helping my lung capacity. And
I haven't noticed you snoring while you're playing.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I kind of just the standard warm-ups, keep my throat warm before I sing. And yeah, nasal strips, that's my ticket. That's my ticket.
Another question that's come through. If you could open for any band, but just one, you get to choose, and it could be a band that's no longer together. It could be someone that's passed. So like your ultimate, who would you open for if you had the choice?
We'll start down this end.
It's a great question.
It's a great question.
It's
Thanks,
a great question. I'm just doing some
Chad.
admin here, so
There you go.
yeah. And look,
What I'm saying here.
I would open for a festival that had Tool and Metallica and and Idols and Dream Theater. Now, look, to be honest, we've thrashed them, Courtney and I, a lot, especially in this conversation. But I would love to open for Idols. They're just such wow. That's what it looks like anyway. That's such genuine people, such lovely people, and such big hearts, and then their energy on stage is something unreal. And so when we went to saw them, we saw Earth Tongue open for them, and Earth Tongue were like so good, and they're a two-piece, and that got me thinking like, oh, actually, you know, scrap the we actually don't even need Riley or Kev, but so that is a long way of saying idols. And the reason that I did that, I knew that was my answer, but I just wanted to give these guys a bit longer to think about it, and maybe come up with an answer with a little bit more sustenance, if you will. So who would like to go next?
You got one, or I got one if you don't.
You go.
Okay. I think if we're going locally, I would love to play our softer songs for Tammy Nielsen. She is an absolute weapon. Absolute weapon. We'd love to open for her. I think if we were going internationally, something that would make sense for us would be Larkin Poe. I love those girls as well. They write really, really cool Americana songs, and it's kind of like the foundation. Sorry, Keith's wife's shouting in the back. I get. We've kind of taken the foundation of what they do and applied contemporary rock expansion to that. Yeah.
Oh my god. I'd love to open for Blind Spot. They're such a massive band of mine for my whole life, and almost achievable, I think.
I think so.
Like that's a bucket list thing for me.
Yeah. Nice. That's good. Here, Grandpa.
Thank you very much. This microphone's very heavy. Locally, I'd love to open for Devilskin, who I've known a few of them for a while because I'm so old, and they're just great people to hang around and just fucking funny. Also, internationally, Far Out, what a question.
We got another one that was, what are your favourite bands? We had Idols, we had Metallica, we had Tool, we had Carnival, we had Ginger, we had Tool, yeah, and then
as well,
I said Idols as well.
And I think Riley, you said Tool, didn't you?
I think
Yeah, Tool around the board.
But then
Yeah.
also, like, a lot of our set is inspired by people
Yes.
like Larkin Poe,
Yes.
Queens of the Stone Age,
Yeah,
Bit of
man.
Wolf Mother, like
Yeah.
White Stripes.
I think Queens of the Stone Age would be a
It's
pretty good.
high up there, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make your own super band, Dream Members.
Ooh. I love him.
It's got to be Bonham on drums, right? Should we pick an instrument each and do it?
Yeah,
Our own
okay.
instrument.
Okay, yeah.
Go
So
drums.
super band.
Does each member that plays that instrument get to pick that instrument?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're going drums. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go drums. Yeah.
Do I pick two for guitar and vocals though? And you pick drums and vocals, bass vocals, just guitar.
Just
Yeah, why not? Hey, we've got time.
Ain't got nothing but time.
Nah, to be honest, for me, it is John Beavis, and it's nothing to do with technical, and it's nothing to do with, like, you know, Bonham is absolutely inspirational. But for me, it's just that it's always just going to be about the energy, and John Beavis just absolutely brings that energy. Similarly, but in a different genre, a bit heavier, like someone like Joey Jordison would be someone for me that I would put in a super group. Backing vocals.
Are you doing the whole band? Cool.
No.
Oh,
Weren't we
backing
doing
vocals,
drums and
yeah.
vocals?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
sorry.
confusion.
Yeah.
I'm just.
No, you're good.
I just work here. I'm just a girl. I'll finish at drums actually.
No,
Yep.
you go vocals.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
That's my time too. I have equal rights in the band, and I choose not to. That's my choice. What about you, Keith?
Oh, thanks, Chet. I'm going to be quick for a change. Ryan Martini or Charles Bertou would be my two bass players, followed closely by Pino Palladino because he's just a fucking man.
Yeah.
We don't mention.
A guitar for me, I'm gonna go Jack White. I think he gets like a real average rap that he's an average guitarist, but he's actually a bit of a pioneer in my opinion. Like the stuff that he does with effects and the tones and stuff, not to mention all the hardware through Third Man Records and stuff. I think Jack White is a really, really good guitarist. Vocals, I'm going to go Beth Hart. She is a weapon, and she's someone that I think I've picked up a lot of my own style off listening to her, so I'd go Beth Hart.
Guthrie Govan for me.
Oh, yeah, nice.
A fine line between technical ability and feel, overplaying and not. It's just
Yeah,
so well rounded in my opinion, and
Yeah.
perfect supergroup candidate.
that's good. We've got what is the best song in your guys' opinion of the new album that you're making? We've got about 6 or 7 singles on the go at the moment, eh?
I reckon, yeah. Maybe answer that and then answer what your favourite song to play is. So
Yeah.
a double barrel question.
Yeah, okay. I reckon out of all of the new ones that we've got coming out, either Lowdown, Aching Chill, or Hellbent Heaven Sent for probably the strongest song. But something that I find really fun is Gallows. It's like real Appalachian folk. Appalachian folk. Appalachian folk. And it's just fun. It's a fun one. And the harmonies are like crazy. And they don't make sense, but they do. So that's the fun one for me.
Progish.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Push for Thorn.
Pull the Thorn, yeah.
Pull the Thorn.
Yeah.
Not good with names, but I'm really looking forward to that one coming out.
Yeah.
It's going to be wicked.
Yeah.
I'm with Riley. Pull the Thorn, which is going to come out, which is a little bit more rock and maybe possibly a collaboration, which we're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that to fall through, and then it's just us, and then they're gonna be like, "Who collabed?" Like,
We did with us.
Shortly featuring Beyond Holy.
my favorite song coming out on the new album is definitely the last song that we just played through that, which was Hellbent Heaven Sent. It's just really high energy, but then it just cuts through this bridge of like beautiful. Yeah, it's so amazing, and I did really well to write that song. Probably my favorite song to play, not probably, absolutely hands down my favorite song to play live is Lowdown Aching Chill, because it's so busy, and I feel when I play it that maybe I am actually okay at playing the drums. It's pretty cool. It's a really fun song to play. And I'm gonna follow up and say that my second favorite song to play live is Vulture, because it's just on the album, on our first studio album, it sounds full, but when we play it live, it's just so heavy and fat, and I really enjoy the drum fill that I get to do, mimicking the guitar just before the second chorus. Everything about Vulture is just filthy, and I love the breakdown at the end. I love going half time, and then I love hitting that China from the back. Call me DJT, but the way I be fucking that China. But yeah, so that's me.
I think Vulture's so cool because there's this level of anxiety when that sample, because we often
Yes.
open with it,
Yeah.
and it's like everyone's sort of like,
The
shit.
tension, eh?
There's
Yeah.
so much tension, and then
Yeah.
you come in and it kind of like just a weight lifts off you. It's like, okay, we're going now, sweet.
Totally. That's the
the
thing.
set.
It's like we use that as a bit of a buffer to make sure that all our patch cables are plugged in, and we're definitely in tune. Our in-ears are working. Gives us about a minute and a half of time to just like decompress.
Pants on.
Because obviously, like as a bit of a breakthrough artist, you're still schlepping all your own gear to gigs. You're still setting everything up. You get no sound check. You get nothing. You know, so it's nice to have that little buffer to just be like, oh, okay, here we go, Vulture, and we're in. But yeah. How many of you have ADHD? Do you think it helps you creatively? That's great.
It sounds like someone with inside knowledge.
Yeah. I definitely have ADHD. I think it does help me creatively when I hear something, or I hear someone playing a riff or a beat or something. I can hear the rest of the song unfolding in my head, and I can like go home and create what I've just done. I think having that ability to just very quickly react to sounds is really beneficial for me. But also, I struggle to eat on time and keep things clean and stuff. Function as a human. Like, leave me at home alone, I'll 100% die in a pool of my own piss. But I can write music, so. You got the edda.
I'm not sure if I do.
I don't think you do. I think you're our neurotypical rock.
I'm just average.
You're not average. You're solid for us.
I'm in the middle of being assessed, so I'm pretty sure I do.
Do you think it helps you creatively?
100% about thinking different things on the fly and being able to concentrate on 4 things at the same time. And just go backwards and forwards. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I guess I am one of the band that has, and just for the people that don't know what the acronym stands for, it's a dad has died. So mine did a couple of years ago, and has it helped me creatively? I think I do draw a lot of inspiration from it, because he meant a lot to me, and so yeah, I think it has helped me creatively, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. That's Anyone else? No.
Kia ora, Chad. Kia ora, Chad.
Kia ora, yeah.
Total cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I reckon. Oh, Dead Dad's Club. That's
Yes,
it. That's
DDC.
100% it. And the DDC. Yeah. Just want to say thanks to everyone for tuning in. We're going to make this maybe like a once, twice, 3 times a year sort of situation. We might do it with a cover session as well. We're just kind of testing the waters at the moment. But we're so grateful for you guys to sticking around. And when can we see a live show streaming?
Thanks, Brandon.
That's not a bad shout, actually. It's something that I've been trying to figure out a way to do on the cheap, to get stream cameras, and then the modem and all that sort of stuff is quite tricky, but it's definitely something that we're looking into for sure.
We've
Yeah.
just got to figure out a way of getting the video and the audio down the string between the 2 cups, and then we're good, because this is New Zealand.
It's a long piece of string.
It's really a lot, and you've got to mail them out to people so that they can get it.
And then there's the fucking pigeons, like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh, and the smoke, yeah.
almost jinx.
Okay, so basically our send-off here is we have a behind-the-scenes kind of platform that is our own and our community's own. We would love it if you guys would chuck us a follow on there, have a little snoop around, get involved in the comments and stuff. That's where you'll hear our news first as well. We always drop our singles first for people who are in there, and videos and all that stuff. So Keith is going to chuck the link in the comments, and it is pinned in the you might be waiting 23 years.
Where's the PDF instructions?
And it is pinned on our Instagram. So, yeah, chuck us a follow, and then we'll chat some more there. You can book a one-on-one call with us as well. Super appreciate you guys for tuning in. And thanks for listening to our music and having a yarn.
Thank you very
Have
much.
a good one, guys.
Thank you.